Hey guys, my name is TheRussianBadger, and I'm not a teabagger. Clearly I'm not a teabagger because I only teabag when it's strictly warranted, like I did some kind of an action that warrants a teabag. For example, hitting a guy from that far away with a Gustav while parachuting down, that is worthy. Or 360 no-scope, triangle, headshot repair tool, no-scope. That is worthy of a teabag, in my personal opinion. So really, don't teabag every single time you kill someone. That's just not appropriate. And first off, I have to say that this game, or this specific commentary, is not going to be about Battlefield 3. A lot of you wanted me to give you my thoughts on Battlefield 3, and I really think at this point, it's all going to be me just being kidnapped by conjecture and speculation, because we have a minuscule amount of information, and you could say, dude, I know there's prone and jets, dog. Yeah, it's like that's two things, and the teaser trailer told us absolutely nothing. It's like, dude, it was like so informative, dog. There was like this scratchy music, and this helicopter got shot down by a plane, and dude, you forgot about the biblical references, bro. It's like, this is not a Black Ops teaser trailer either. There's no biblical references. We're not going to be talking about Moses or anything else. It's not like, and you know what? I think if I made a Battlefield 3 video right now at this point in time, it would all just be my wish list, and I don't think you guys want to hear that. Like, it would just be like a longer wish list than the Chordettes in the song The Sandman. You know what I'm talking about? Mr. Sandman, bring us a dream. You know what I'm talking about? Hopefully you know what I'm talking about at this point, because I don't want to continue if you don't know what I'm talking about. You know, give him a lonely heart like Mariachi. Still don't. How about if I say, and lots of wavy hair like Liberace? Do you understand the song now? Probably not at this point, so I'm going to move on from music that you've never heard of. So, the summation that I'm trying to tell you is that if I made a Battlefield 3 video at this point in time in February, it would be, here's my wish list, and here's something that I'm going to comment on and speculate about that's totally going to be different from what the actual game is. Maybe I might talk about it when I play the multiplayer beta, which I have a key for, or perhaps when they reveal more in March, perhaps. But right now, I really think there's a distinct difference between what we want and what is actually going to occur in the game. Just because some 12-year-old posts on EA's forums, dude, I want like a FAMAS that's silenced with an extra suppressor on top of the silencer with like an ACOG on top of an iron sight on top of a red dot so I can be great at all ranges. It's like, you know what? Not going to do that at this point. And I'm not trying to flame you guys like, no, I'm not going to do a Battlefield 3 video. Like, I don't like Battlefield 3. It's not like I'm trying to say that to you. I'm just saying, at this point, not exactly the most appropriate time to be talking about Battlefield 3. And I think I got too violent with that, like I'm scalding you for asking me. That's not really appropriate. Like, you guys can ask me to do whatever kind of video you want, and I'll really give you feedback as to whether or not I will do it or not. Now, I'm going to come around the corner here, and I'm going to discuss the whole over-encompassing situation in just a second here. After I come around here, I use my little teammate as the guinea pig. He's going to run up. He's going to get shot in the face. You ready? You ready? He's going to get shot in the face, and I'm going to clean up the two guys that were shooting at him. That is just wonderful. Decoy maneuver is amazing. Now, this might upset you a little bit because, okay, this guy tosses C4 all over it, and then I'm a total catfish, and then I accidentally detonate his C4, and he commits suicide. Well, I didn't actually kill him, but you know what? I don't think that he has room to complain because that was a triple kill on his part, so I detonated his C4 to get him a triple kill. So even if he has the worst kill-death ratio and he just has the worst gameplay that you could ever imagine, he got a 3.0 KD for that specific life. So I wouldn't be too mad that I detonated his C4. But beyond that, I first off had to say that this is the type of gameplay that I love to upload. It's just that our team was suffering, immensely. We were getting pushed back by this team that was just onslaught. It was just a total onslaught on our team before I got here. And good morning, Carl. Why don't you check your surroundings before you dart? And something else that I wanted to tell you is that we were actually down. I believe it was something like 11 against 6, and then it improved to 11 against 3. But this is the kind of game that I love to upload where I'm on a team that is definitely not as skilled as the other team whenever I arrive, and then we get it a little more balanced out, and then the teams are almost perfectly balanced, and then it's the last set of objectives. That is the best I think it's the most entertaining and the most fun type of game to play in. And I'm also using the Scar L, and I'm not using the Gustav because I platinumed the Gustav, so I can't technically call this class the Scarl Gustav. I can't call it that technically because I'm using an RPG instead. And it is just wonderful. And the only reason that I heard this, good morning, Carl, yet again, drunk Eddie, you're playing like you're drunk. The only reason that I heard him was because of my headset, obviously, and I got an idea. Let's be Chatty Cathy's and have a gab fest in a helicopter that's just hovering there. That's awesome. Of all the flight patterns and techniques that you use for flying in a helicopter, why don't you just fly linearly and get that guy with the Rex? And you know what? I'm not gonna get this guy, but that is the definition of a savior kill. That guy was about to take my chicken sandwich, just a waffle fries for free, because I clearly was totally out of ammo. But Jose Gil, who joined my session in this specific game, saved me. That is, like I said, the definition of a savior kill. And you can't really beat the Scar. Now, you're going to notice that sometimes if you go fully automatic with the Scar, it's not always the perfect weapon in close range, and I think it's the most assault rifle-like compared to the UMP and the 99-1. But as you can see here, it's a mutual kill. You notice that you get those sometimes in close quarters, but I notice that I get that more often with the Scar, those mutual kills. Like, I kill you, you kill me. Yeah, it's a real funny experience. But I notice that happens a little bit more with the Scar L. I have to commend my teammates here. They got Alpha and Bravo disarmed. I thought it would be better for me to stay up and make sure that no other enemies got into the base beyond the enemies that had obviously already set the charge. But then eventually I just decided, you know what, I'm going to have to stick back here. I'm going to have to stop pushing forward because I know I'm going to have to be the one to defuse, because even though we got those last two defused, that was only one or two guys on the actual objective defusing. So I knew that, you know what, I'm going to have to be defusing these objectives if I really want to win this round. And this was a situation here when, you know, whenever you're pressing circle to defuse, and I had to move my left thumb over to the right analog stick. It was kind of hard to aim there, so, well, I mean, well played, sir, with the MG3, but it's kind of hard to shoot somebody while disarming on the PS3 because you have to move your left thumb to the right analog stick. Obviously, that's completely awkward, but it's just sort of difficult there. So we're down to one objective, and this guy's going to be a lurking cinder block / highway blockade monster. So he's going to get hit with that, and I thought I didn't get him. You know, I turned away, I thought I didn't get him, and what do you know? Drunk Eddie yet again. And this, okay, look at this situation. I'm going to kill this guy, okay? I'm going to kill this guy, and then I'm going to kill the medic with my big iron on my hip. And then look, he doesn't turn around and get me. He clearly knows. He saw the kill cam. He knows where I am. I'm lurking in that Destruction 2.0 monster building. And speaking of monsters, stop being such a dumpster monster lurking in the darkness with your dark camouflage spec deck kit. I don't approve of that whatsoever. But we thwarted that specific attack in the back of our spawn. We're going to move all the way up, and I try to sneak this guy. I always know they always like to hide on that one side. So I get one, I get two. I'm going to have to rush up here, and there's one other teammate of mine that is up there with me. Mr. Hatchet-Faced Medic. And look, meat shield. Perfect meat shield. Way to go, Dead Body Engineer. You are the perfect meat shield. You blocked some of those bullets. Thank you very much. I owe you my life and the game. And beyond that, I knew I was going to get grenaded right there. I mean, I should have retreated, but you know what? I had already taken damage. And look, he's using explosive weapon damage like an MLG Pro. The biggest catfish known to man, other than the Carl Gustav explosive weapon damage guy. So he's going to run up there. He's going to arm the charge. I'm going to follow this guy all the way up. And did you see that courteous? Like, no, you go. No, go right ahead, buddy. That was odd, that little transaction and that little interaction between those two guys on the stairs. And yet again, that was so close I got to defuse. And you can see I was within, I want to say, like, I was extremely close to dying there. Because you obviously saw, I think I only got hit with one bullet after I got off the crate. And I eventually died as a result. So I knew that I had extremely low health as soon as I finished. And what are you guys doing? Are you doing some kind of square dance? Do you want to hold hands and play Ring Around the Rosie? I don't know what you're doing, Mr. Medic and Mr. Enemy, with your dark camouflage kit that does not even blend in with this map. I don't know why you would use a spec deck kit on this specific map, but that's your own business, right? And making the last push here, 19 tickets left. this Abrams is going to be a bit of a catfish coming up here, but he doesn't even pull all the way up. And you know what? I thought I had gotten this chopper, but somebody else beat me to the punch. What do you know? But I'm not that sad about it because, I mean, either way, if the helicopter comes down, I'm really not concerned. And you ready? You ready? If I can't get you with my primary, and I do this so often, if I don't get you with my primary from that range, and I know there's solid objects around him, boom. I always take out the RPG, despite the fact I get absolutely destroyed by the Bradley here, which I'm not really that concerned about. That is always the perfect finisher, and I think you guys know that. If I get a lot of damage on a guy with my primary, and sometimes my actually sort of fails with the Scar L, and look, a totally blind spawn, spawning into the darkness, I don't know what's going on here, but I always do that with the Engineer kit, and you guys notice that I do it with Assault as well. If I don't get you with my primary, and I know I'm at a range that I'm really not comfortable hitting you with my sidearm, I'll take out either the RPG, the Gustav, or if I'm Assault, I'll toss a grenade, because obviously I can resupply my own grenades, so I really like those finishing pieces of equipment, and really those rocket launchers and the grenades are perfect for finishing off that maybe 25 to 40% of that guy's health that's left after you get him quite a bit with your primary. How was that a critical kill assist? Please tell me. But I really can't complain. I'm sure I've stolen a bunch of other people's kills, and I do that quite a bit. I mean, the people that play alongside me on PSN, you notice that some games I'm totally stealing your kills, and other games you're totally stealing my kills. There's no middle ground at all. So I'm going to get that Carl one last time, and look at this. I'm going to be an attic slash roof slash ceiling monster, and I'm going to get the final kill. That is wonderful. And I was just overcome with glee as soon as this happened, because, I mean, obviously we were pushed back to the final base, and we were sort of down, and we were fighting off the onslaught, and I was glad that we stopped them on the final objective. And I know it's not a whole lot of, give me your chicken sandwich, some waffle fries, and some french fried potatoes, but you guys know that whenever I get a Wesley Snipes or some kind of knife kill, it's not totally, I don't spam grenades or just knife everybody just to get that line out in the commentary, but I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching, and auf Wiedersehen bis bald und bis Montag. Oder Donnerstag, ich weiß nicht.